One of the most important secrets to achieving our wildly important goals and being productive is to practice self-compassion, self-forgiveness, self-kindness. Because things happen, right? If we have a plan in place, though, we can quickly redirect and get back on track. I'm Patty Bell, and I'm going to be looking at week 13, the week between 12-week years, and reviewing the data I've collected on what worked and what didn't, and setting up an even better plan and better set of tasks for the next 12-week year, for the next quarter, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so let's get started. I've got the plan and track system open to week 13. I collected all of the data from my 12-week tracking. You can see here, and you remember week 7, my daughter ended up in the hospital and nothing happened there. Quickly got back on track though, because I had this plan all mapped out. So I could go back and refocus and say, oh yes, these are my priorities. These are what I am moving towards, what I'm doing. You can see I fell short of my goal of 80%, but just by 2 percentage points. So that's not bad. I think that's pretty good for the first quarter of the year. So I reviewed my notes here on the side for each of these weeks about what went right, what went wrong, what I celebrated. And then I came over here to the area to reflect on the goals, the very specific 6 goals that I had picked out. So 3 personal and 3 work-related goals. And I made some notes about what I had executed, what was still left to be done, and then really thought about what went right, what went wrong, made some notes about these different things. And frankly, it was very useful data in figuring out what I am doing easily and well and what I need to shore up and prioritize. So I was really looking at all levels of these goals. So the emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, all the different levels of why I was or was not making progress towards them. So I made those notes and then came over here to week 13, where I listed out the goal results and the lag measure results. Those were the things that I could see in my life and work and business that were shifted because of the tasks I had executed along the way of those 12 weeks. And then my lag measures and the planning and scoring. With this information and reflection, and I've really been giving myself all week to luxuriate in this. I haven't been rushing myself. I've been kind of digesting and processing. What do I want to shift about my goals going forward? And how can I better accommodate emergencies that crop up? Or in my case, I have a heavy caregiving load. So how can I shift some things so that I can, right here it says, create more joy, fun, and play in my life. That was one of the big things that I realized was missing in my data was joy, fun, and play. So I want to incorporate that into the next plan. And then some notes about planning and scoring, about, what I, can tweak, and what I can shift or change or just throw out. So one of the things that I realized was I really need to create standard operating procedures for some of the technical things that I do, so that I don't have to, pull from here or there, that I can just look at one list, for all of the different content creation projects, all of the different things, and have that mapped out. So, this. For example, making these YouTube videos, right? They're pretty short. I just, fly off the cuff. This is something that I'm living and doing. I'm going into these documents every single day, right? So I am very familiar with them. Process the video, create the thumbnail, upload it to YouTube, but I just need to have that mapped out for all of my content creation process. Need to batch more, need to schedule it into better places in the week, things like that. So all of that is becoming really clear. And that's one of the things that I think this system does for me, and that is creates enormous clarity. And with clarity comes spaciousness in my mind. It's decluttered, it's organized, it's clear. And that's huge. That's huge, especially if you're juggling lots of different projects and lots of different kinds of projects. So, with this week 13 reflection done, my goal reviews about what I need to take into the next 12 weeks, leave behind for the next 12 weeks, and I went to the original clean version of this and created a new completely blank copy of it and started going through the process again. So with the vision, I returned to my personal and professional vision document, and I'm trying to read this at least once a week as well, so that I can remember what those priorities are. And you can see I've got the list all the way out 10 years to the next 12 weeks. And you can see this is what I've got. I'm doing it 4 times this year in 2023. So this is coming into my second 12-week session. You can look at that quarterly, call it quarterly, whatever. But for the next 12 weeks, these are my vision of what I want to achieve in that next 12 weeks. My vision board pretty much stays the same. And it's great to look at that and say, oh yes, I'm making really, really good progress on the decluttering, digital, physical, financial, all of those things. I'm really falling behind on the fun, creativity, and play, and I need to really focus on incorporating more of that. Spiritual practices, those are in place. So I'm doing some revision around listing those in my tasks because those are automatic now. Those are on autopilot. These are my first 12-week results, and I was actually quite surprised at how many of my 12-week vision results I achieved. And I just grayed out the ones that I didn't even come close to or didn't happen. So revisiting my vision document, and I go in and I tweak things. I'm going to let it grow and change throughout the year. And then I started putting in, again, the goals from the vision, the kinds of lead measures that I can put in my task lists to make progress, and then the lag measures that I will see as a result of achieving and executing those tasks and tactics. Right. So I've got all of that in there. And then I went back to my goals and I refined these. And I got more detailed, and I've got some hard deadlines coming up. And I've put those over in the side here. So this course has to be finished by May 15th. So I've got to really focus on achieving these tasks in the first, half or third of the 12 weeks. And then I've got my ongoing research project, my content creation needs, and then I've got my personal goals, which shifted some to be more specific, to increase some areas, and to design in some things into my life that are going to support the work goals. So some of these are like digital detox, right? I'm just too much on screens. Maybe you are too. I have excellent methods for achieving less screen time, and I'm going to make those the tasks and tactics in my weekly tracking. Same with this, my exquisite health, physical, mental, and emotional. I've tweaked that a little bit. And also with the depth and declutter, just a little bit of tweaking right here, because this has been going great. I'm surprised. It's not like all at once. I'm not like, going through the house and going through the computer all at once. I'm prioritizing, and I'm taking it piece by piece and doing what can fit in to the schedule. So I've got those, and now I go into my 12-week tracking. And I am ready now to set up my tasks for week 1. That starts on Monday. So I'm going Monday to Sunday. So on Monday, my week 1 of the second 12 weeks, or the second quarter of the year, begins. So I have some time to really, this is a Friday when I'm recording this, so I have a couple of days to really drill down on very specific, very achievable tasks for next week. I can look at my calendar, see what's already in there for meetings and so forth. And then this is what I'm going to do over the weekend, is sort all of these tasks out. So if you have been through the whole playlist of using this 12-week plan and track system, you can see how I've used it across an entire 13 weeks. And hopefully you can implement this to support achieving your wildly important goals. So if you're interested in this system, the link is below. If you're already using this system, I would love for you to leave me a comment or let me know how it's going for you. Send me an email, reach out, but I would love to know how you are progressing toward achieving your beautiful vision. Thank you.